up, everybody? Welcome
Well,
to another episode of Louis C. The Talk About
as
Stuff.
soon as you start talking, it's fucking cat.
I know, dude. It's like he knows, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, another socially distant episode because we just came out of the winter apocalypse in fucking Dallas.
Fucking Snowvid, dude.
Dude, Snowvid? That's fucking great, dude. I've been saying Snowmageddon, but Snowvid is so much better.
Snowvid 21, dude. What's up?
Dude, fucking, you eat any yellow ice, bro? Yellow snow?
No, it's fucking gross.
Go fucking boil it or whatever. Well,
like I boiled it and then I refroze it.
Turn into ice cubes, bro.
Yeah. God damn it.
Is this cat just fucking with your shit?
Yeah, he's just like rubbing his face on the monitor.
The cat,
I'm just not gonna touch it.
He wants to be a star on this show so bad.
He really does.
Dude, all right. So I'm gonna just throw out like there's a couple crazy things that kind of happened, or like I wouldn't say like happened recently, but things that I've like just saw that I wanted to bring to your attention because I think both of them are hilarious and stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with probably the most controversial one first. Just a heads up, this shit could get it has the potential to get ridiculous. Or like I'm just saying, like all of the episodes we do, we're always about to get canceled. This one might do it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Okay. So have you heard of digital blackface?
I have not. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Okay. Like whenever I read it.
Can I guess what it is?
Absolutely. Go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You do that first.
Okay. So digital blackface. I'm guessing it's something with the internet. And like, is it just pretending? Is it pretending to be black on the internet?
No, but that would make more sense than what this is.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's very close. So, like, I read it in an aggressively angry tweet, and then I looked it up, and this is just somebody's. Like, I found like whatever the first source is. I'm not gonna cite the source here. I don't really care. But
right.
This person says. Digital blackface is when non-black people use images and voices of blacks to explain emotions or phenomena. It's and then continuing on, it says it's when people use images to claim black identity but don't identify as black. So the best way to kind of describe this without like it just because it gets more fluffy and you know whenever people try to sound smart they just start like fucking stacking shit. But it's essentially like if you posted something on Twitter and then I did like a reaction GIF of like Dave Chappelle or something.
Right.
Digital blackface. So
that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Right. So it's basically it's like if you're not black and I do if I post a response or like a reaction GIF or just say like, oh, like this, like people do like current mood and it's like a photo of something. So if I did that and as long as it's like just any black person at all,
right? Because
I'm not black, that's digital blackface.
Oh, what the fuck? So just basically a reaction GIF. You could probably extend it and be like, "Oh, I'm digital Russian" or something like.
Yeah. Well, so I guess to an extent, I kind of get it.
Right.
Like in one of those you can almost kind of argue it's like an appropriation thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like the article specifically, this is sort of where I understand it because they're saying like today black men are seen as like angry, aggressive, violent. This perpetuates like stereotypes like of hypersexualism, angry, like just like shit like that. Basically, it's like you're just making like you're just continuing the stereotypes of of black men and women. So that I get, but. It's like that being said, it seems like such a like of all the things like of everything that's potentially racist or like racially charged, this seems like not even a little bit where you should start. Yeah,
like don't go after. I don't know, the fact that you said reaction GIFs and like using, I guess, black terminology. I don't even know what that means, but like think like black culture, I guess, on the internet.
Yeah,
is digital blackface. That still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it just seems like it's to me it seems like it's almost like you're reaching real hard to make this racist.
Yeah.
Like one of those, like it's one thing if like you were like a black person and people were spamming really aggressively racially charged like black stuff at you.
Right.
But I mean, if I'm like, if I was like, oh, dude, this is so
Oh
dope.
shit.
The fucking cat, dude. But like, that's one thing. But I mean, for the most part, I think almost everybody who's doing like reaction, or like if I post a photo of like Black Panther or something,
Right. Yeah.
like it's, I mean, like that, it's mostly just innocent shit. Like, I feel like, so that means like, the meme of the guy who's like pointing out his head, where it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, so anybody who posts that meme, that's technically digital blackface if you're not black.
Right. But I feel like
that's insanity though.
that's ridiculous, because there's a meme is just like a template for like a joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's really that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is a joke racist now?
Right. And like, and even contextually, it's like most of those aren't like the highlight of the meme isn't look at this black person.
Right. Yeah.
Usually, like you're saying, it's a template. It's like, so like memes are generally like, most people understand context because it's like ripped out of movies and shit or whatever. So it's like context is there already.
Right.
So you're just using that as like that. It's like that takes like the setup out of the joke already.
Right.
So that's why memes are essentially only punchlines.
Yeah, because the I guess the setup is understood. Like,
yeah, it's sort of like a common understanding.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know. I just, it was weird because, so like when I read the tweet, it was one of those like when I like, because it wasn't aggressively like, it's like, hey, fuck you if you do digital blackface, you piece of shit. Like,
yeah,
it's like, stop using black people for your entertainment.
And I imagine the comments was just a bunch of reaction gifs with black people in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because it's a ridiculous concept.
Well, dude, when I first read it, I thought it was like a joke.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I thought somebody, I was like, oh, this is somebody that's trying to make this like a thing, like this is a joke.
Right.
And then that was like one of those, like, it's a thread of that person just doubling down on it over and over again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is a crazy person.
Damn, I want to see the tweet now.
I'd have to go find it again. I don't think I responded to it because I was just like, man, I don't want to feed into this today.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems odd because again, it's like the joke isn't the joke isn't racial, but it's like, because you're making it that sounds way more racist to me.
Right.
Like it's like generating false, like what is it? God damn it. I just like had a mental lapse.
Sympathy.
Yeah, I mean it's like, yeah, you're aggressive and you're like you're getting triggered over essentially nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you're just perpetuating this as like another part of cancel culture that doesn't need to exist.
Right. This goddamn cancel culture, fucking canceling Ellen, and I want to say the N-word. I mean, a lot of the conservative people are just like, cancel culture this, cancel culture. I'm like, no, you were being a piece of shit. So
yeah, so you kind of deserve that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Ellen getting canceled, people are like, oh, that's fucked up. It's like, well, she was kind of like, it seems like she was a shitty boss. Like,
yeah,
she seemed like she was kind of a bitch. That's why she got canceled.
And if you're a shitty boss, you get fired. Like,
yeah,
pretty simple.
Yeah, but I'm curious. Like, look, I mean, obviously, I can't really speak on this as a white dude because this doesn't really affect me. That doesn't mean that it doesn't affect anybody. But
right,
anybody listening, like, is digital blackface a problem for you? Because it seems completely manufactured bullshit to me.
Right. And what if you are like a person of color and you react with a GIF of, like, let's say you're black and you react with a Black Panther GIF to a white person's joke or tweet or whatever. So that's not the same thing because
right. So so is it, but like, and then that also brings up, like, is it only restrained to black people? It's like, what if I post a GIF of Bruce Lee? Is that not digital yellow face or whatever the fuck? Like,
right, yeah.
Or like, yeah, like somebody posts like a Native American, is that not red face? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Where
like,
does it stop? Where does it stop?
Right. Yeah, but it's just I don't understand, like, because, and then yeah, I mean, like, so if like an Asian dude does it, does that not suddenly just doesn't care? Because there's like a weird thing with like certain types of like, I guess like the way of viewing it is like, if you're like, let's say like you're like Puerto Rican and like, and then you post it, it's like that says this doesn't apply to you because it's like you're still a person of color who goes through like racism every day. It's like, but by definition of what they said here, that would still technically make it digital blackface because he's not a black individual.
Right. That's just so confusing. It's too much to think about. Like, again, we go back to this topic of like living with all this shit in your brain of like, why? What's even the point really of being angry all the time?
Yeah. And again, of all the things to be angry about, this doesn't seem like it even registers as like a top 10 thing for me.
Yeah.
Like
there's 1,000 other things in real life that could be addressed, you know?
Yeah. Like actual racial problems, not like some kid fucking posting a Dave Chappelle bit or some shit.
Right. Oh, man. Now I got to go back and scrub my Twitter feed so I'm not doing digital blackface.
Dude, one of my favorite reaction GIF is this dude screaming "word up" really loud, and it's like I use it all the time. It's like that and the Jordan Peele noise thing.
Yeah,
like my go-to. So it's like now I can't use those.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, you got to get rid of all that.
I'm gonna go through my phone and just start deleting like all my memes, I guess.
Or just I'm gonna try and find this like a spot in any conversation of like dropping a GIF. When Booker T said the N-word on live TV
to Hogan.
Yeah. Just fine. Does that count?
Yeah, it's like what? I don't know. It's just the whole thing is just so fucking. I don't know. Again, anybody listening who wants to maybe educate me on this or us on this, to make me understand, or us, I keep saying me, and it's a we thing.
It's a we podcast, dude.
It's a we, bro. Sorry, I've had beers, but
it happens.
Yeah, anybody who wants to actually educate us on like how this is an actual problem in society, that would be fucking cool, because this is dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb.
But this does lead into my next one.
All right.
Yeah, I came prepared this week.
We have topics, we have flow, dude. That's dope.
Dude, I know, right? I'm like the guy holding the cue cards and shit, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so not the same thing, but kind of in the same vein of like well, I'll just bring it up. Like basically, so LinkedIn has this, there's like LinkedIn Learning where you can like, there's like courses, which are basically just horseshit, like sexual harassment and, fucking whatever. But so Coca-Cola has been, somebody screen grabbed some of the, like one of the more recent like lessons that Coca-Cola is making its employees take from LinkedIn Learning. And it's essentially like, it boils down to the lessons are teaching employees to be less white. Now it's not as like, it's not what you're thinking where it's like stop eating like saltines or whatever, but
season your food, that type of shit.
it's one of those like the message is in the right place, but
okay,
the way it's presented, it's just such the wrong approach,
right?
Because just by like this chick posting this on Twitter, like it's got thousands of fucking retweets and all the comments are just angry white dudes.
Awesome.
Because ultimately, like the white people have really thin skin apparently, and they're like really fragile. So if you just say anything slightly like, hey, maybe try to do this, they're like, no.
Let me be white.
It's my right.
You're like, it's white power. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I hear it. You're like, I hear it now.
Yeah, they're like, I just had to say it out loud and I understood it. But okay, so like, so I got some of the screen grabs. I'm not gonna like share them on the video or anything. I don't want us to get flagged. But so like the first slide, it just says like confronting racism, understanding what it means to be white, challenging what it means to be racist. So really, that should just say confronting racism.
Yeah.
Like,
don't use so many words.
Right. Well, it's also like, but it's putting it in a weird standoffish way, because it's like, you're white and this is what you need to do when racism happens. And it's like, that's kind of an odd way to put, like you're putting people in a box kind of out of the gate.
Yeah.
So there's like another one. It says to be less white is to, and then there's like a list. It says be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy. The last one, break with white solidarity, could have been removed, but I mean, these are all solid points. So like how to be
for
a nice,
anybody really.
yeah, like to be a good dude. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, don't be shitty to people. Try to understand where people are coming from. Perspective matters.
Yeah.
You know, don't shit on people's culture. Understand where they're coming from. Like shit, you know, like this is all pretty fucking like reasonable shit.
Right.
And then this one's kind of an odd one. It's like in the US and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel they are inherently superior because they are white. Research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it's better to be white. Now,
whoa, okay.
That's a little much for what is a workplace like thing. Like, dude, I would be uncomfortable if my job made me go through that.
Right.
Where they're like, my job's gonna just go like, hey, white employee, did you know by age 4 you knew you were better than everybody? You like,
I can just imagine little you like, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. White Ranger was my favorite. He was the leader. That's a little much.
Yeah.
And then the last one just says try to be less white. I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, look, it's like, again, had they frame this as like not a white thing, but as like how to be a good employee and a good person. Don't be aggressive to other people because they're different, you know? Like,
yeah.
Would have been not one person would have a problem with that slideshow.
Yeah. But you know what I'm gonna do now? You should send that to me, and then when I go to work and I do my like weekly meeting.
Dude. Oh, that'd be hilarious, dude.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Dude,
how to be less white. And it's all white people there. That's why it's the funniest shit.
That's so fucking hilarious, dude. You're the only like Hispanic dude there?
I'm the only person of color there. Like it's so white.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You should, dude, as you do it, like go on the how to be less white and you go through the bullet points, you point at people.
Don't be so aggressive.
Yeah. Try to be less arrogant, Darren. Try to be
I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna do it. It'll be fun.
Fuck it, you're the boss.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the problem, like kind of like with the previous thing. It's like with that one, it's like it's like because of your approach, it's like you're already gonna make people mad with it.
Right.
It's like, dude, white people are just, I mean, not all of them, obviously, but there's a specific kind, and we all fucking know which kind it is.
Yeah, the ones with the torches.
Whenever you start kind of coming at them with this shit, they start getting that weird patriotism, my rights and are being stripped from me shit.
Yeah, my rights people are.
Yeah, they're gonna go like so radically against this.
Yeah.
Like, had it just been framed slightly different, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. Just maybe leave out the phrase "don't be white" or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not for nothing, but like it's like when you say like here's how to be less white, it's like you're saying that like these are inherent white people traits.
Right.
Across the board is like you're a defensive, arrogant, ignorant piece of shit.
Right.
So like it sends the wrong message ultimately.
It kind of does. I want to know what Pepsi's one was. Right. It's like, all right. I was gonna do a like really racist voice, but I'm not gonna do
it. Dude, double down, do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Dude, as long as it doesn't sound like a black person, you're not digital black.
That's exactly what it sounded like. All right, check it out, fool. Fucking.
There you go. And you can't digital brown face as a brown man.
You can't. Well, because you can see my face though, so it's not.
Dude.
Or yeah.
It'd be hilarious if this was all a ruse and that was all just makeup on your face.
It's not digital brown face. It's also just brown face.
Yeah. You're like, this is how I like to look.
I identify as a brown person.
I identify. Oh man.
Transracial now.
But yeah, I'm sure all of what we just did right now is going to be fun conversation pieces for people.
Oh yeah. It's like, what have you done today to be less white?
Dude, that
He's like,
should be
well,
like
he was like, well, my credit score is really bad.
a. I haven't paid my credit card in like a couple months now.
It's
Oh
like a shop
man.
at Rent-A-Center.
Dude, I told my buddy I was going to be over in 5 minutes, and I showed up an hour late.
He's like, well, I impregnated my cousin. You're like, oh no, dude, that's more white, actually.
Yeah, you went to way too low, way too white, dude. I know, this is like one of those things where it's like we're having like a conversation while making some silly ha-has, but like there's gonna be
Right,
some fucking person online that's gonna be like, no, this is racist. Racist pieces of shit.
It's only racist if it's hateful, I think. Right?
Yeah, I mean it's also like when it comes down to it, a lot of the shit it's like needs a discussion, and most people,
sure.
It's like there's so much like virtue signaling and like there's like people are like they don't want to seem like they're not like woke or like they're like I'm a good person, so it's like you're not even going to have the discussion. They're just going to be like, no, that's racist and you need to understand that.
Yeah,
and it's just
like no, I understand what is racist and what's not, obviously.
Yeah, it's
but,
like I don't
like I'm not obviously I'm not uncomfortable talking about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's a conversation.
Yeah,
it's like you're also not going to like change. Like it's like people like want racism to go away, obviously.
Yeah,
it's like, but you're not going to do that if you don't have a conversation with the racist people and try to show them how it's fucked up.
Yeah,
like you got to sit there and like instead you can't just go in guns fucking loaded and just like shoot like just get ready to torch these people.
Yeah,
like you gotta. I mean, no one's gonna learn how to be better if you're just gonna go like you're a fucking cunt and you're wrong. So that's what makes people worse.
Yeah. I mean, you can start the conversation like that, and then you de-escalate.
Yeah, you could start it and go like, all right, I got to get off my chest, then we could talk.
Yeah.
Like if you approach it that way, that's still pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, I got to just say like 3 things, then we'll have
Fucking Steve, take off your hood. I'm trying to talk.
Take it off, Steve. That was my fucking pillow.
My pillow guy, he's probably racist.
I mean, he seems mad racist.
Dude, he seems like he touches kids or something.
What? There's like something about like billionaires. Like after a certain amount of money, you just start like doing weird things.
Yeah.
You start flying to islands. You start saying racially charged shit on like CNN.
Yeah.
You tweet out really odd stuff.
You become the president. It's just crazy as hell, dude.
You're Elon Musk. You try to be a meme, but really you're just like a huge douchebag.
Who tries to be a meme? Just like
his Twitter feed's like embarrassing cringe shit.
It is, yeah. And like, he's giving out like financial advice about crypto or something like that. Last time I checked.
Yeah, something about Dogecoin or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you already have all the money. You can afford to like lose all of it.
I feel like if you make like a couple $1 billion, you should like Twitter should just revoke your access.
Yeah. For sure.
It's like, all right, well, it's like you're not a person that lives in reality anymore, so you shouldn't be able to talk to real people.
Or they can have their own Twitter where they spout off conspiracy theories and shit.
Wasn't that one? Was it Parler or whatever?
Yeah, but poor people were on that one too.
Oh, true that. That was just like QAnon shit, right?
Yeah. Quanon, I think it's called.
Quanon? What's up, Quanon? Oh man, I just digital blackfaced.
No, we'll bleep that. We'll bleep that.
Yeah, it'd be a hilarious bleep, dude. People be like, "What did he say right there?" It was so weird.
It's like find out on the next episode. That's how you keep people coming back.
Right. We just Dragon Ball Z the end of every episode.
Yeah, dude. You should do post-credit scenes like a fucking Marvel movie.
Right. But they'll like just never make any sense and like will never be addressed in the next episode.
Yeah, dude, that would be funny as shit.
Dude, wait, we should totally start doing that shit.
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
Dude, I will say, like, I don't understand people. I mean, obviously, like, politicians being treated like celebrities, I think, is like insanity.
Yeah.
But people thinking that billionaires are these like other level, high functioning and like geniuses or something always throws me off. Where they're like, well, he's got $1 billion. He's got to be smart. It's like, or he had resources and exploited labor.
Yeah. That's
like,
probably the easiest way of getting super fucking rich, man.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, dude, like Tesla has like such a like high turnover rate people that work in Amazon warehouses have to piss in water bottles because they don't get breaks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, these people aren't fucking smart. They're treating people like dog shit and paying them nothing.
So, well, it's COVID. You got to keep working and all this other shit. Like, just, yeah, it doesn't, it's exploitation at, it's like just under being a slave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or over, I guess.
Just, yeah, you're like one step above. You're like one foot in slave and 1 foot out.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, it's a living, man. I do it all the time.
Like, I guess like that's a good trade-off for Elon Musk shit posting about stuff.
Yeah. Just like my boss said, what on Twitter now?
Yeah, dude. So just to get off all the we're gonna talk about another cancelable thing.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, 3 in a row, baby. All right, so so there was a video that dropped yesterday from a very recently canceled comedian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I haven't watched the video yet.
It's so gay. It's
embarrassing.
Really? It's embarrassingly gay. Yeah.
Oh man, awesome.
I mean, I was laughing through most of it. Like, it's either way. Okay, for those who are like just like not in the loop at all, there's a comedian that was getting super famous called Chris D'Elia. Named Chris D'Elia, not called Chris D'Elia.
I mean, I'm sure he was called that too.
Yeah, he was probably called many things, but that was the main one.
Yeah.
But so he was essentially canceled for being like a creep.
Yeah.
Like he essentially was like trying to fuck. Like he didn't do anything illegal. Essentially, like he's like in his like late 30s or whatever. He's like fucking 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
But it was just all of these like DMs started kind of coming out of him, essentially macking on like exclusively super young chicks.
Right. Yeah.
And like there was one where the girl tried to hit on him when she was 17, and then he found out, didn't respond to her, but like on her 18th birthday sent her like a DM.
Yeah. And that's creepy as shit. Like,
it's creepy as fuck.
All of it is creepy, but that one stood out in particular because it was it was like he had to have had like a timer or something on his phone or something.
Yeah, dude, something. That's like that's some next level amount of like trying to get pussy.
Yeah.
But okay, so he was canceled for like, I mean, he was canceled for being like a gross dude versus some of these other ones where like people like raped and shit.
Or like a Weinstein or somebody at Cosby.
Yeah, like Weinstein, Cosby, canceled for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. obviously didn't do the best thing ever, but I still feel like it was a little. I mean,
for being creepy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he jerked off in front of people who didn't want to see that. That's pretty bullshit.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's not. I mean, it's not rape level, but it's still not good.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make that argument. But
yeah,
Yeah, but the D'Elia thing, it's like, I mean, he got canceled for being just like really creepy and gross about his like sexual like experiences, essentially.
Yeah.
It just became like too public, so he essentially just like left the spotlight.
Right, he fell off.
And so, dude, and like the thing about like and I'm not like trying to excuse the dude's behavior by any means, but I mean, there's like some shit. It's like whenever like people are all coming out in droves to cancel you, there's like 5 or 6 of these like bullshit stories where you're like, why is this even being said? This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like there was
like Aziz, like,
yeah, he just had like a bad hookup, and she was like, it was uncomfortable and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you like consensually blew him.
Yeah.
He didn't like put a gun in your mouth or anything. Like he just was like, you want to do that? And you were like, yeah.
And he was just not good at it. Like that's not you don't get canceled for that. Everybody would be canceled at that point.
Yeah, not everybody knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
Like one of the stories for like D'Elia's thing was this girl was like, he invited me to his hotel, and I just wanted to hang out, but all he wanted to do was fuck. And it's like, he invited you to his hotel, you dumb bitch. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
I don't remember the end. Was that one of the stories where she was like, I didn't fuck him, and then she left?
Yeah.
Then that's not a fucking problem.
It's not a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's like you just want attention.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like more or less like the dude got canceled, whatever. Honestly, it's like not the worst one. He's just a creepy fucking dude. It just made it was just icky.
Yeah.
The whole thing was super icky. But he posted a video of him apologizing It's like, which seems kind of weirdly overdue since it's been like
Yeah,
months and months.
been over a year now, or almost a year, something like that.
So yeah, something like that. Yeah, he posted an apology video, and he was just talking about how he was like he was a sex addict, and that's what drove all this. And it's so funny in the video. He anytime he talks about how he was fucking, he always goes legally and consensually. It's
What
so
was
good.
his thing on his podcast? He was like, "It's legal, bro."
Yeah. Dude, it just like he had some cringe ass fucking comedy, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so in the video he's like all these like sexual activities which legal and consensual were like he does it
Oh
like two or
yeah,
three times.
dude. His
So funny.
lawyer definitely was like, "Hey, you got to throw that in there a couple of times, or like
Yeah, I
a
mean,
lot."
he goes on this thing where he's like he's saying like he was a sex addict and that's why all this happened, which fine, whatever. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't totally justify trying to fuck girls half your age, but
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, like that's why he was self-destructive. But the video is like so funny because he's basically like, he's like, I was getting so much pussy, it ruined my life. Like
Did
it's
he? Okay, so did he actually say that or no?
no, that's how the video sounds.
Oh, that's
though.
what it came off of. Yeah, yeah,
It sounds like he's trying to apologize. Like the way that I think it is. It's like he tried to make a quote unquote sincere video
right,
of him apologizing for trying to dig down young chicks.
right.
But what it sounds like when you listen to it is that he was so famous and getting so much ass, it ruined him. That's how it sounds. It doesn't sound like an apology. It sounds like a brag.
Yeah, like a humble brag, like
Like he's like at one point he mentions that the more famous he got, the easier it got to get pussy. And it's part of the apology video, but it sounds like it's like he's like not for nothing, but the more fame I got, the easier it became. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
not doing an apology, right?
It's like what a weird thing to just like throw in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so he's like, yeah, I got so rich and famous that just chicks were throwing puss at me, dude, and
Yeah,
that wasn't good for my mental health or whatever.
it wasn't good for my post addiction. But
That's such a weird. I have to watch the video now.
I mean, dude, it's there's also something about these like I'm so sorry videos that these people come out with when they get canceled, where it's like, look, maybe there's genuine emotion whenever they do this, but it comes off as like they're acting. Because in this like 8-minute fucking jerk off video of him going off about this whole thing, at one point he gets like emotionally like chokes up and he does the whole like he's like he'll talk and be like this happened and and like does the hand on the face.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, just so fucking apologize. Don't try to queef out some acting award in here too.
Right. I think that's just like he's a Hollywood dude. Like that's all he knows how to do. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, you could be right. I mean, it comes off so like fake.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, dude. I feel like if you're getting canceled for just like you were being a creep, he should have been like, look, I have a sex problem. I was trying to fuck a lot. That's the end of this. I'm a creep.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking creep, and
admit
don't
it.
let your daughter around me.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man, yeah, it's so fucking weird.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. It was just like it's just an embarrassing video to put out there. I mean, I get you got to probably do it because he's trying to save face. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but he should have put that out closer to when it happened, I guess.
Yeah, like a week after, not
Yeah.
all these months later when no one gives a shit.
You think all these like canceled comedians talk to each other? Like if he hit up Louis C.K., he's like, "Hey, dude, what did you do?" Like
to get what did you do after? And he's like, I just put out a PR saying I did do that, and then I said sorry, and then I made a special a year later.
Yeah, charge people $10 for it.
Yeah, made a lot of fucking money off of it too.
Yeah, he's like, and I'm doing live shows now.
Well, there was another comedian that was canceled. He had like rape allegations, and he's
Jeff Ross, I think.
Did Jeff Ross have rape allegations
or something or some kind of harassment something?
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh well, sorry.
No, Brian Callen.
Callen, yeah.
Yeah, so he had some story leaked where it was some chick said like he raped her whenever it was like in his 20s or some shit.
Right.
But and then kind of like with the other thing, like obviously that's the story. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, it's like, and then whenever everyone's gonna dogpile the dude, there's like one chick that was like, he told me that women are biologically predisposed to be raped. And it's like, okay, that's a weird viewpoint of the world, but that's not a story here.
Yeah.
And they were like,
that kind of proves that he's fucked up. But
yeah, I mean,
again,
yeah, but it's like that's not really adding anything here.
yeah.
And then they were like, oh, he was having an affair on his wife. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like we're stacking the narrative that he's a piece of shit, but none of these are the rape story.
Or the main, yeah, that's the one we listen to, not
yeah,
the
it's
other
like
extracurricular.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like this is the thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he more or less, whenever that happened, he was just like, yeah, that's not a thing. This is character defamation. And like didn't apologize, which like I thought was a ballsy move.
Yeah. I was like, that's he went that route, huh?
Yeah. Like the I'm right, they're wrong route, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just on people's podcasts now.
Is he got back on people's podcasts?
He has a podcast with Steve Byrne.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like a regular weekly.
Yeah.
And I've seen him pop up in some other ones, so I guess that just went away. Fuck if I know. I never really looked into it after that, so
he probably got a hold of Velveteen Dreams lawyers or whatever.
Yeah,
like, hey, make this go away.
That dude still wrestles in WWE. That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck that guy though.
He was like trying to groom 15-year-old boys.
Yeah.
And I mean, WWE just keeps saying like we investigated and found nothing.
Yeah, but they didn't show any evidence of what they investigated, like who they called and whatnot. Like,
yeah, dude.
I think some of the victims were like, yeah, no one talked to us like at all.
Yeah, I think like one of them was like a Canadian kid or some shit.
Something like that.
Yeah, some kind of shit like this. Some kind of fuckery where they were like gonna be able to investigate thoroughly because it was like an international thing.
Yeah.
But it's funny that like because people will defend that dude and be like, oh, he was found innocent. And it's like, no, they didn't find anything. That doesn't mean innocent.
Yeah.
It's like and to their point, it's like it also doesn't mean guilty either. But
right, I'm saying there's no proof one way or the other.
Right, but he hasn't also wrestled on TV in a long time. That kind of says a lot to me.
Yeah, true.
Like when they're like, oh, they didn't find anything. It's like, oh, why isn't he wrestling? And they're like, he's probably got like chores.
Chores. He sets up the ring, you know.
That'd be so weird, dude. I would be so uncomfortable if I was like, I'd be like, yeah, this guy was like tried for being a pedo, and I gotta wrestle him tonight.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
I would if I was like, hey, you got to do that or you don't get paid. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna hurt him like for reals.
Yeah,
you know
it's like
I mean?
I'm gonna stiff the fuck out of this dude.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. Sometimes violence is the answer.
I mean, on occasion, it does solve the problem, depending on what problem it is.
Well, Hitler did violence on himself, and that was pretty cool.
It's like, if you're a piece of shit, you should violence yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Silence yourself. Violence yourself.
Oh, man. I thought I lost you there for a second. It froze, but we're good now.
Oh, shit. Yeah. My internet sucks dick.
Fucking sucks fat hogs.
Fat hogs.
I will say, though, like, I get the idea of, like, I get cancel culture. Like, I get the whole, like, oh, okay, we all collectively find out someone's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So we want them to lose, like, their job and shit or go to jail. Right. I get that. But there is this kind of, like, it's fine. Like, it's like a sort of like a, we all collectively want justice for this injustice. I get that part.
Yeah.
But there is this kind of odd, it happens to Legion of Skanks a lot, which is like a podcast that's a lot like people find offensive, but I like that podcast. I think it's good. It's comedians just making fun of shit. It comes off bad sometimes, but not every joke's gonna land.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, they get like attack articles written about them and shit, and like legally they haven't done anything. They're not racist, like actually.
Right, they're not inciting anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's all just jokes. But like there's a weird like aura that surrounds that podcast now where people like just actively try to take it down.
That's so weird to me, though.
Yeah, like I mean, I get the cancel culture when it's like that's an offense that needs to be destroyed.
Right.
I get that. But like the cancel culture of just I don't like that thing, so I'm gonna like just get a mob of like-minded people to try to ruin someone's whole fucking life.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier, like, yeah, context matters. Like Legion of Skanks has a context and it's a comedy show or a comedy podcast. And sometimes this shit doesn't hit. And sometimes it does. A lot of times it does, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It also just, I mean, it's like outrage culture is just a weird thing that I never got. I get being mad at shit, but not to like the point to where like it consumes like my day to day.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna write an article about like, oh, this dude's comedy special, he said this, and I don't care. Like I was more upset that the joke sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if it's unfunny, that's worse than it being offensive.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like because you're watching comedy to laugh, and if it's not funny, you're like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah.
But I mean, just there's like there's like a dude. I followed a story for like a day or two, and I had to stop because it was just nothing but outrage shit.
Oh shit.
The dude's name is Sean King, and
I think I know that one.
Yeah, I forget they call him. I mean, he's like a white dude, but he does a lot of like Black Lives Matter stuff, which is like I get.
Yeah,
for sure. But it was like every 5 minutes is some like white dude did this to brown guy and like just shit. Like it was just constant. And I was like, dude, I get it, but it's like you're just perpetuating. It's an understandable outrage, I get, but you're not helping shit by doing any of it.
Yeah, like what you're bringing attention to it, and that is a big thing that you should do. But you're not like he's not offering any solutions or anything. I
feel like that's a lot of outrage culture is just to say, hey, look at how mad this makes us.
Yeah.
And it's like the only solution is always just like, let's make sure this guy's life fucking sucks forever.
Yeah.
Which in some cases, like whenever it's like cops assaulting people, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But if it's just like, some things don't need to be taken at levels like that.
Yeah. Or like it's at like the outrage culture where it's like, hey, I'm mad at this thing. And someone's like, what should we do about it? And then the next second it's like, oh, hey, I'm mad at this other thing. And it's like, oh, what should we do? And it's like that fucking weird cycle of like, let's just be mad and then not offer anything to help.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, here's all these things that make us mad. And I'm going to just keep posting about it. And I'm going to find things of that are happening now that I can keep posting so that we can stay relevant and mad about it. But then it's like, okay, how do we fix it? They're like, I'm going to keep tweeting about it. You figure that out.
It's like, I don't know. That's not my job. That's another Twitter feed.
Well, and I got $10 that says like in a lot of these cases, if you actually offered like an elegant solution, most people would probably just reject it.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, oh, okay. It's like what he said was wrong, but it's like, let's just have him talk to this person. They can actually kind of like have a conversation. You're like, nope. What he needs to do is get shot in the face.
Yeah.
And lose all of his money. And his parents got to hate him now. It's like,
oh, Jesus.
Some of these are a little extreme.
Like, is there a in between there?
Yeah. Man, we fucking ran the gamut this time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Shit. Should we start wrapping it up?
I think so, dude. We're hitting that point.
All right. Well, we didn't really have any questions from last week. I more or less just posed anybody who was like going through what did you call it?
Snowvid?
Snowvid, yeah. I more or less was just seeing if anyone had any like Snowvid stories they wanted to share. Honestly, though, I get why no one responded to it because half of the state had no fucking power.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
And then I mean, people were literally like freezing to death in their houses and shit. So honestly, a little tone deaf on our part, but it's fine.
But if you want to share any stories now of like what y'all did to, make it through it,
yeah,
get it on the podcast and see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, we hope everybody made it through okay, no problems, no major problems at least.
Yeah.
But all right, man, let's fucking wrestle rap.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking comment below on all the very charged topics that we fucking brought up. Yeah. Just to recap, that's what I fucking said.
To recap.
Digital blackface. Is it a thing for realsies, or is it just rage culture bullshit or outrage culture? Fucking try to be less white. That's a weird thing to show your employees. Chris D'Elia is still a creep. They made a hilarious apology video way too late.
Look it up. Watch, comment on any of those things, and we'll discuss it in the comments.
Oh yeah. Well, all right, people. Thanks for joining us this week. Take it easy.